You ready? Good to go? All right, everybody, we're here today to discuss arrest in a case last year, August 8th of 2021. Our agency received a call about a medical call, a man down call. That's how it came in. When our deputies arrived on scene off of 5th Street Southwest, they found 24-year-old Justin Bechtel with a gunshot wound to the head. And he was transported to the hospital where he passed away at the hospital. Basically, this is a case of a whodunit. You know, our folks, our detectives on scene at that moment, had no leads. They had no information. They came in from a passerby that saw him laying in the driveway. They had no information. They started working on the case from that point, and they identified that Justin had contact with Jakari Thomas. Also, he's now 24 years old. They had a relationship over marijuana, and that they had previous dealings related to marijuana. Immediately, we began looking for Jakari Thomas. We were able to recover his vehicle in the Gifford area. It was covered and hidden. And we were able to seize that, do a search warrant on it. We learned that he fled to the Tallahassee area. Shortly thereafter, September 15th, so just a little more than a month after the murder, our detectives were able to obtain a warrant for Jakari for the misuse of a two-way communication device associated with this marijuana transaction. And so he was brought here to Indian River County. They attempted to speak with him. He would not speak with them. Our detectives did not give up. They continued to work on this case, and through surveillance, through talking to community members, through so many other ways, which we can't get into the specifics, they were able to ultimately, on April 19th, obtain a warrant for Jakari Thomas for first-degree murder. We worked with our federal partners, we worked with the state attorney's office, and on April 20th, in Tallahassee, with our federal partners, Jakari Thomas was taken into custody and charged with the murder of Justin Bechtel. His family is here today. We want to thank them for their patience. We want to thank all of our partners who assisted in this case. Behind me is Detective Timmer, who's the lead case agent, as well as Mr. and Mrs. Bechtel. And I believe they want to, Mr. Bechtel, I believe they speak to Bechtel.
I just wanted to thank the Indian River Sheriff's Department for all their hard work, especially Detective Timmer, and thank God for all the prayers answered. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bechtel. I just want to say that this is another senseless, tragic murder over marijuana. This is a situation where 24-year-old Justin Bechtel should still be with us for whatever reason, and we still don't have specifics on this as to why Jakari decided to murder this man in his own driveway over a marijuana transaction. Just absolutely senseless tragedy. And so many times we hear people talk about marijuana as, a victimless crime, it should be legal, all these things. Here's another murder. How many murders do we have to have in Indian River County over marijuana before people realize the deadly consequences of this? So with that, I'll open it to questions from the media.
Was that Mr. Bechtel's property where he was shot?
Yes, that was his home. Yeah, Justin's home.
So that's how long was he living there?
He's been living there for about 2 years.
What was the situation in terms of the arrest? Did Mr. Thomas resist at all?
Our federal partners were able to locate him. I can't get into the specifics about how they located him, but using the marshal service, they were able to take him into custody without incident, no issues. We were also able to provide the family with the handcuffs that he was arrested in. We got a little bit of closure on that.
In terms of their relationship, was it beyond drug? Like, did they know each other from childhood, or?
It appears as though it was strictly a relationship over marijuana.
Do you know how long they knew each other?
We know that they had previous transactions. We know that at least a year prior, there was a transaction where Jakari felt like he had been ripped off, essentially. So we know that there had been a history, but these two had been, dealing with each other over marijuana for some time, at least a year.
And the shooting happened in the driveway of Bechtel's.
He was shot in the driveway. We know, we know that his vehicle, that Jakari's vehicle was there. We know that his phone was in the area. We're able to say for sure that, for whatever reason, he decided on this particular day that he was going to shoot him and kill Mr. Bechtel. We still don't understand why, but he did that.
You talked about that, how many people have to die, because of, marijuana deals. Do you have any rough ballpark numbers as far as since you became sheriff, how many of these cases or types of cases you've...
Not specifically since I've been sheriff, but I can tell you that since I've worked here at the Beaver County Sheriff's Office almost 20 years, I can count off the number of homicides that we've had in this county that are associated with marijuana, and it's way too many, I can tell you that. We can get you specifics about those cases, but we were talking about it prior to coming out here, and we know of at least 3 or 4 just off the top of our head that are marijuana transactions, shootings related to marijuana. It's just crazy.
In terms of the timeline, Sheriff, you're talking, so August 8th, the crime, and September 15th is when you first got the warrant. You said in the middle there, they found his vehicle in Gifford.
Correct.
What?
So we were actively tracking him. We had pretty quickly identified that he was involved in this case, and we were following up with friends and associates, and we knew that he fled to the Tallahassee area. So we were right on his heels the entire time, and it just took us some time to get all the evidence we needed to be able to get that warrant together. Reality is the majority of the time that we spent since August 8th has been collecting subpoena data, collecting video, collecting interviews with other associates.
And is he from Gifford, Mr. Thomas?
He's from Indian River County.
What was it? What was the straw that led to his arrest? I know you had evidence, but what was that straw that led to his arrest?
Social media was really a big player in this case. And, a lot of people don't realize that they're leaving all kinds of information behind every time they get on social media. This particular instance, I will tell you, one of the biggest factors that was able to allow us to finally make an arrest was social media.
Would we be able to ask Justin's father a few questions?
Come on up.
Sir, if you wouldn't mind saying your first and last name and spelling them for us.
Tim Bechtold, Bechtold.
Can you tell us about the type of man your son was?
He was everybody just loved Justin. He was funny, hard worker. Everybody, the outpour from the community was unbelievable. I had friends that just came out of the woodwork. They didn't even know he had the friends he had. But everybody just loved Justin. But any other?
What was his job? What did he like to do?
We have a well drilling business, and he was the main driller at my company.
So talk about that, a father-son business. Obviously, you were very close to him in that regard. You had to trust him. Did you hope one day he would take over the business?
We were making the plans to start doing that so I could retire, and that ended all that when everything happened this way. But we were going to try to start moving him right into the, owning the business so I could, go and do some things to start retiring. But that canceled all that.
How close were you to retire?
Very close.
During the court proceedings, you might have a chance to address Dakari. Are you able to share what you plan on telling them if you get that opportunity?
I have, God will take care of that. I have no ill feelings, but God will handle it his own way.
Your thoughts on hearing his arrest for your son's murder?
That is, I've been waiting for that for 8 months. So I'm glad to see it come to a close today.
Anything else you just wish to share at this time?
That's about it.
Had you ever met Mr. Thomas? Like in any of your...
No.
Okay.
Never met, never seen him before.
Last thing I want to say is, our team did an incredible job on this case. You hear about cold cases, you hear about these homicides that happen. Not for 1 second did we ever stop investigating this case since August 8th. Our entire team was involved in this. We don't give up on these cases just because the newspaper